Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Salina's World. I'm Salina. Today we are going to be making jalapeno hot sauce. Now I am going to be doubling the recipe. So I've got 2 pounds of jalapenos, and what I'll do is I will cut the tops off and I will deseed them so the sauce is not so hot. So I'll show you. Now I got to get gloves on. Okay, I've got my gloves on now. And so I'm going to take the top off of it. Be sure to wear gloves because the oils in these peppers will burn your fingers. Okay, and then I'm going to take a spoon and deseed them. Okay. So this recipe calls for 1 pound of peppers. I'm going to do 2 pounds because I'm going to double the recipe. Okay. Make sure you get all the seeds out and set that aside. Because once we deseed all of these, then I will chop them up into small little pieces and then put them in my blender and blend them down to just about liquefied. So I'm just going to put them in a bowl here and scoop these seeds over. I'll do a few of these for you, and then I'll bring you back when they're done. So. Now, if you like the heat, a lot of the heat, then leave the seeds in. I'm going for more of the flavor and not the heat. Okay, I have deseeded them and I have coarsely chopped them like this. And now we are going to put them in a blender over here. We're going to blend them up to liquefy it as much as possible. Now we're going to do this in stages. It is hot. Okay. That should be enough for one small batch. Now, for one batch of this, it requires for 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar and 1/4 cup of water. So since I'm doing 2 batches, I did 1/2 cup of vinegar and 1/2 cup of water. So I'm just going to put a little bit in this to liquefy it, to make it easier to blend. And you can put more in it if you like, depending on how thick it is. But let's blend this down to as liquefied as possible. I guess I can plug it in, couldn't I? That might help. I know this gets a little loud. Now I want to get a pan to put this in, because I am going to cook it down so we can can it. Let's liquefy this a little bit more. coats it. This could take a good while to get it liquefied to what it needs to be. It looks good. Okay, now we're going to do the next batch. Just put a little more liquid in this. Now at this stage, if you wanted to, you can just bottle this up and put it in your refrigerator. But I'm going to can it so it can go on my shelf. It looks like I need a little more. There's still quite a bit of chunks in there. Okay, I'm going to put this in the pan and we're going to cook this for at least 10 minutes. Here. Get a spoon here. I am going to have to liquefy this a little bit more. It's still got a lot of chunks in it. And I need it liquefied. But I'm going to let my taste tester here see what she thinks.
I'm brave.
If it's too hot or not. I don't like heat, so.
That's good.
That's
That is
good?
That's good.
Okay. So, I will be canning this. But I'm going to put this back in the blender. And I'm going to liquefy this some more. And I'll bring you back when it's done. Okay, now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put 1 garlic clove in this. And a tablespoon of salt. Okay, we're going to put 1 tablespoon of salt. And we're going to blend this up again to little batches at a time. Because see how thick that is and clumpy? We need to make that as liquefied as possible. It takes a little while, but it gets done. I'm going to put it all in and see how well this works. And now I'm just going to let this blend and blend and blend until it's liquefied as it can get. So for 2 batches, you'll need 4 garlic cloves and 2 tablespoons of salt. So, because this is 2 batches, I put 1 tablespoon already and 2 garlic cloves. So I'll put the other 2 garlic cloves in and we'll get this blended up. Okay, we're going to bottle one of these up and see what it looks like. I'm going to take a bottle out of my oven. They've been sanitizing. Oh, that's hot in here. Bring this over. Ooh, that looks so good. Get that foam out of there, because I just want the sauce. That's hot. There we go. I overfilled the bottle a little bit, but that's all right. Pour a little bit of that out. And then wipe the bottle down. What do you think? That looks pretty good. I'll put a lid on that and let that cool off. And then we'll put that in the refrigerator. Now, I'm going to can some of these. So they can go on my shelf. Because these bottles will last in the refrigerator for about 2 weeks. Excuse me, this is still a little spicy. So, but when you process these in the canner, they will last on your shelf for a couple years. Bring it up to about the inch mark. And then we'll take a little bit of vinegar and go around the edge to make sure that's all clean. And I've got to get my vinegar out here and a paper towel. Sorry, I'm getting in front of you. Just want to show you how I do this process. And then I'll do however many this will hold, and I'll put them in the water bath canner, and we'll bring that to a boil. Once it starts boiling, we will let that boil for 10 minutes, and then we'll bring them out and put them on the counter. We'll put them on the counter for at least 24 hours before we put them on our shelves. And only tighten these finger tight. So, okay. I'll bring these up here. And I'll put this in my counter like this. And I'll make more jars. And I'll be right back. Okay, everyone. It looks like it is done. So always take your lid off facing the opposite direction so you don't give yourself a facial. You don't want to do that because that is a hot facial. Okay. Now we're going to pull these out. You don't want to tip it too much, just a little bit, and then set them out on your towel. The heat from the jars will evaporate that water that's on it. Don't that look delicious? I think that looks so amazing. Okay, I'm going to bring you back a little bit so I can. Okay, now my taste tester told me that when she tasted it, the recipe that I was using, it was a little salty. So I put another batch in and did everything like I did before. I did the pound of peppers. I did the 2 garlic cloves, large garlic cloves, 1/4 of vinegar, and 1/4 of the water. But I did not add salt this time. So I suggest if you are going to make this recipe, only use 1 tablespoon of salt. Because 2 tablespoons of salt for this, excuse me, 2 tablespoons of salt for this recipe was too much. I like that sound. That means they're sealing and that'll be good for being on the shelf. But anyways, yes, so cut down on the salt on it from 2 tablespoons to 1 tablespoon. So basically, I did 3 batches here because my first one was 2 batches and I used 4 tablespoons of salt when I should have only used 2. So, and the third batch, I didn't use no salt at all. So she says it tastes amazing now. So, hopefully you like this video. And you'll like and subscribe. And share with your friends. And don't want to miss the next videos that I'm going to be posting. Because I'll be making some like serrano sauce. And I will be making some jalapeno jelly. So, please hit that notification bell so you'll get the other videos that I post. Have a good day.